I got different suggestions from so many people, In fact, they said it's chemo that kills people, not cancer itself. And I was also told that if I have a mastectomy, that my hand would swell up. Someone suggested I take 6 spoons of coconut oil in the morning, 6 afternoons, 6 in the night, and I should also drink carrot juice just as if I'm drinking water. And there's even one there is one that said, okay, that I'll go to a place that the man would know if this thing was sent. Then if he sent, if he give me egg to speak to the egg, then I'll break the egg. It will return back to it would return back to the person. I say, please, I'm not a herbalist. I can't do such things. So many that I can't even remember. One of the questions I asked them, does anybody know who went for this treatment and was cured? I want to meet the person. And I didn't see anybody. Well, thank God. I keep thanking God for people that God positioned in my life that period, especially my friend. She was talking to me from experience angle. The dad went through all those things, most of those things, and she lost the dad to cancer. So she felt if she had known what she knew then, the dad wouldn't have died, So, and she told me categorically that, Uju, I'm not going to lose you to cancer. We are following doctor's advice. We are going to follow it.
When I don't know what to do, I look up to you for which way to go. You never fail me. When I don't know what to do, I look up to you.
When I was receiving chemo, I had bone pains, I had constipation, I was nauseous, and the worst of all the effects I had was body itching. It was so terrible that I would use a very hot water to bathe. Once the itching starts, I would just rush to the bathroom, pour hot water on my body. That was what helped me then, and as a result of that, I had some burns. I also lost my hair, So that was the side effect, and I noticed I easily forget things. I'm still battling with that one now. I easily forget things, and that period I couldn't multitask. I couldn't do so many things at the same time. It would be as if my brain wants to burst. It was terrible. I had to do things. Then I had to write things that I needed to do. I would write them out and do them one after the other. He asked me to start the chemotherapy immediately. I went home, and then we started having different suggestions for alternative treatments. Some people said there are these people that treat it with herbal medicine and it would just go, they wouldn't have to cut your breast. Someone else said you could take fruits, stop eating your regular meal, just change to fruits. Those are people that genuinely care, Some also suggested we go to prayer houses, different prayer houses that is spiritual attack. But thank God for one of my friends. She said to me, Uju, I lost my dad to cancer. I'm not going to lose you as well. She would say, Uju, just look at yourself. This your whole body. They are just taking out this part for you to stay alive. Do you want to lose this whole body instead of losing this one part of your body? So, that word kept ringing bell on my head. It kept ringing. I said, yes, I need to stay alive. And there is this WhatsApp group. I belong to PWC. I have to mention their name, PWC. And they were there for me. This is a WhatsApp group. I don't even know people in that group. They are all over the world, They declared fasting for me. All of them fasted for me. And they were praying. They had prayer chain the whole day. They were praying for me. They prayed for me, And they didn't just stop there. They got involved. They were close like the person next door. They hooked me up with survivors, and that helped me a lot, because what I had in mind before was just go and prepare, live a good life so that when you die, you can go to heaven. And they shared their stories with me. It gave me hope. Even the breast, losing my breast, I was afraid of. I saw them that lost their breast. They showed me the prostheses they use that nobody would even know except you tell them, that nobody would know. It has nipples, it's very soft and all that. Oh, I said, wow, And they started looking for bras. PWC. They got some bras for me and prosthesis, So after I was still believing that after chemotherapy, there won't be need for me to do a mastectomy. I was seriously praying about it. But then, after chemotherapy, I had 6 courses of chemotherapy. After the chemotherapy, I was referred to the surgical clinic. But then I asked if I could do a test to confirm if there's still cancer there. But the doctor told me that the only test I can do would be tumor marker test, and that you can't use that to detect if there is still cancer or not. The machine that could detect that is not in the country. That's PET CT scan machine, that there is no one in the whole of Nigeria. He said I could do that in Egypt, South Africa, India, Dubai, and I didn't have money to go do that. Cancer treatment, you handle it. You don't give gap at all. You just back to back. After the chemotherapy, there was no lump there again. There was no visible lump, even in the scan. It didn't show. So he was considering a wide local surgery, but he said, okay, that they are going to discuss, and they're going to discuss it and get back to me in my next appointment, for that whatever decision they are taking would be the best But if I insist, I want a wide local surgery, now what I have to do is to sign that this is what I want, and they will not be responsible for anything that happens after that. I said, okay. So that moment, I just made up my mind, whatever it is, whatever it's going to be, I'll just go with the doctor's advice.